Hi guys, what's up? Once again, Lorenzo and Alberto with you, and this time we are here to do the review of the brand new Xiaomi Mi 4. So now we are going to remind you the specs in the case you haven't seen the unboxing that we published. So let's say that we have a display of 5 inches Full HD EPS 441 ppi. The CPU is a Snapdragon 801 quad-core 2.5 GHz. The GPU is an Adreno 330. 3 GB of RAM and 16 or 64 GB of ROM, not expandable. The camera is 13 megapixel back and 8 megapixel front. And we've got a non-removable battery of 3080 mAh. So the first things that we can say about the design is that we find that the edge is really thin, like for example G2. Overall, in our opinion, is a very good design. And the edge is made in aluminum and inox steel. So the general build quality is really impressive in our opinion. We really liked it. And on the phone we found the MIUI, which is based on Android 4.4.2 KitKat, as Lorenzo is showing you right now. The version is the V5, but soon is going to come the V6. On this phone there are a lot of settings. We found an incredible amount of settings, much more than what you can find on a normal phone Android stock. Okay, so now we move on talking about photo camera, and as always we try to take a photo to an object. For example, we have to say that we noticed that when you put a photo into focus, the process is not always so fast, especially if the light is not perfect. With this phone you have the possibility of recording a video in 4K, and there is going to be a sample of it at the end of this video. The photos are overall at a very good level in our opinion, and we advise you to use the manual mode, because if you use the auto mode the level is good, but using the manual mode you can have really great photos. You have a lot of settings also in this part of the phone that you can change in order to have the best photo possible. Then you're going to see some photos taken by this Xiaomi Mi 4. As you've just seen, the photo looks pretty good, a very good level in our opinion. We were satisfied by the level reached by this Xiaomi Mi 4, comparable to maybe Samsung Galaxy S4 and Note 3, and a little bit lower than Samsung Galaxy S5 in our opinion, but still a good level. We were satisfied by that. And now we move on and we go to gallery in order to see a video test, in order to test the phone, to test the quality of the display. The video is really testing, is in Full HD. Now we're going to reproduce it. As you see, there isn't any lag in it, so that's awesome. The colors looks great. The display is really outrageous in our opinion, great quality. The colors look natural and vivid at the same time, which is not very common. So we were really 100% satisfied by that. The angle of view is awesome, as Lorenzo is showing you. So a very good point for this Xiaomi Mi 4. And now we're going to look at the colors in order to see white and black. The white is really good, superior compared to, for example, the AMOLED level of white. And black is good, but it tends to look a little bit like gray, like dark gray. AMOLED in it is awesome, the black are perfect. In this Xiaomi Mi 4 at a good level, but not perfect in our opinion. Now we're going to listen to some music in order to test the speakers of this phone. The song is the same as always, Pompeii. You can also go to karaoke if this phone is connected to the internet, as you're seeing right now. And the speakers are positioned in a very good way, in a very good position, as you're seeing. So you can listen to the music also if the phone is on the table, for example. Okay, so now we're going to use the Antutu Benchmark as always in order to have an idea of the performance of this phone. And this is the score, but don't worry because you may find the score a little bit low. But there is a reason for that, because the phone is on balance mode. And when you use on the high performance mode, the score is, we tried it, and the score is, let's say, 36,000, so comparable to other top phones, and the rank is A+, so don't worry about that. But the phone also on balance mode, although it realized the score, which is not impressive, is very fluid, and you can use it in order to save battery, for example, without any kind of problem, and we suggest to use the balance mode instead of the high performance mode. Now we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about games. So as always, we're going to use Real Racing 3, one of the most testing games, to see how this Xiaomi Mi 4 reacts. You can either play with the high performance mode or with the balance mode. On the high performance mode, the phone warms a little bit more, and the battery lasts maybe 2 or 3 hours less. So we really suggest you to use the balance mode, because also in gaming you're not going to find any kind of difference, any kind of problem or slight difference, not to justify that kind of difference in warming and in the battery life. Lorenzo is playing, in fact, in balance mode, this Real Racing 3. The display quality is really amazing, colors are great, rich, but natural, not too flashy. There aren't a lot of lags, so the game looks pretty fluid, as you're seeing also in the most concentrated scene. So a good plus for this phone also in gaming. Also, if you play with testing games, you're not going to have any kind of problems with this new Xiaomi Mi 4. Now we're going to talk about browser a little bit. We're going to use an Italian site which is pretty heavy in order to test the phone in the very best way. Here it is, no problem, as you are seeing with the scrolling down, scroll up, and now we can also pinch to zoom. The reactiveness is awesome, no lags, no difficult for this phone to elaborate your actions. So, and this side is pretty heavy because a lot of photos, a lot of videos in it, as you're seeing. So a great result. Also in this aspect, the phone reacts in a very good way. Okay, so now we move on to the conclusion, and as always, to give you an idea of this phone in our opinion, we decided to give marks out of 100 to every aspect of this phone. And design and materials gained an 87, the performance is 87, the display quality is 85, the camera 80 in our opinion, the speaker 78, the battery also 78, because on balance mode it lasts till after dinner, and on high performance a little bit less, but still a good result. The specs is 88. In our opinion, it doesn't reach the score of 90 because you don't have the expandable memory. The user experience is 87, slight little crashes in it, but just if you're very fond of this kind of aspect, but nothing that is going to ruin your user experience, so no problem. The quality price ratio in our opinion is 86 because it's a really good phone with not the price of the other top phones, let's say 200-300 euro less. So it depends on where you live, of course, but a great price for this phone. And the final mark is 86 out of 100. So great phone in our opinion. Okay, so that was all for today. We were really stunned by the performance of this phone on almost every aspect. We were really satisfied by that, so we really suggest it to both the expert users, because they're going to use all the potential that this phone have in terms of changing settings and stuff like that. And but for everyone is maybe could be the right phone because it's really simple, it's really trustable, and the user interface is simple. You can change it whatever you want, so you don't have to be anxious about this brand, because we have used the Mi2S and the Mi3 for a lot of time, and they're still working in a great way. So they remained fluid for a great time. So you're not going to have any kind of problem with this brand. And this Xiaomi Mi4 is one of the best phones that we've tried this year. It's perfect if you want to have a top phone performance, have a top phone in almost every aspect of it, but without spending a lot of money, like for example Samsung Galaxy S5 or phones like that. So that was all for today. Hope you liked our review, and please subscribe to our new channel, share the video and put a like. We're very pleased if you could. So if you have any kind of question, of course you're free to ask us, and we're very pleased to answer you as always. So thank you very much for your attention, and goodbye from Mobile Experience.